I'm Zach.
And I'm Lindsay.
And this is the Game Forum.
This is episode 9 of the Extended Forum. This time we're going to start trying to put up the video of all of these.
Yeah, this is more laid back, so it's not going to be like focused and shouldn't be any cuts. Some news that we're going to be going over today. The Final Fantasy VII trailer dropped, the theme trailer. We'll be talking about that. The F9 trailer, the Fast 9, the Fast Saga. Animal Switch, or the Animal Crossing Switch bundle thing that came out. Free PlayStation Plus games for February. What else? We got a Mortal Kombat Legends movie trailer. And then Japan is doing some weird stuff, which is...
Japan's always doing weird stuff.
Japan is being cool. Japan, but it looks cool. But first, what have you been playing?
So, I've been playing a little Call of Duty this week. Jumped in for Disintegration for the new element we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting our first impressions.
Yeah. Do you think we should just go ahead and go over that on this, and then we can do another?
No, let's save that for our first
impression.
Okay, so
check out. We'll have a video up.
Disintegration first impressions.
Yes.
Actually, I think it'll come out before this comes out, so that'll really confuse everybody.
Well, it'll be okay.
This will come out on Wednesday. No one's going to watch this.
Yeah. No one's going to watch this and figure this out. And if someone does, hi. So you finally beat Call of Duty.
Yes, I finally beat the single player for Call of Duty. I was really close. I only had about 2 hours to go to finish the campaign, and I just never got around to it. I was always playing something else or doing something else.
What did you think about the ending?
I thought the ending was really interesting because they tied it back in. They're gonna reboot the whole Call of Duty franchise. Looks like
that's what I thought too. I thought it was they're soft rebooting it into the actual Modern Warfare game.
Yeah.
But that character Zahid when he came out with the Magnum, that's the same guy from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I don't think it's a reboot. I think it's a prequel. Because I think it's a legit prequel into the series.
Because I remember he was in one of the Call of Duties. Because once I saw the guy on the ground, I immediately thought to myself, I'm like, this looks really familiar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this gonna? I'm waiting for the guy to come out with the cigar and glasses and the Desert Eagle, and he does, and I'm like, oh my god, they are doing this.
Yeah.
So this was a prequel then.
Yeah. And so that last scene with Captain Price and that one. I don't remember who she was or what she was, but she was flipping through pictures, and one of those was the dad with the sniper mission. I can't remember the suit, the leafy suit. I don't know why I don't know what it's called. The sniper mission in Call of Duty 4.
Oh, the ghillie suit.
That that guy from that mission was in one of the photos, so they are directly connecting it.
Okay, I didn't.
I lost my mind when I saw that. And there's another rumor going around that Alex is Ghost. That he didn't actually die in the bomb. Oh yeah, we're spoiling the ending of Modern Warfare.
We'll try and put up a spoiler thing first. Sorry about that.
Yeah, think about that for the one person that might watch this. But I thought that was so cool. I stood up and I'm like, this is the coolest ending to a game ever. Well, maybe not ever, but especially a Call of Duty.
I guess it'd been so long since I played the original Modern Warfare and some of the other stuff. I just could not remember what took place in what game. So I did not pick up that was supposed to be a prequel.
Yeah. Well, I had actually replayed the Modern Warfare Remastered, leading into Modern Warfare, and so it just worked perfectly. Because I beat that game and then played Modern Warfare, 2019's Modern Warfare.
Okay, that's why you're so familiar with it.
Yeah.
I was like, darn, you seem to really remember all of this stuff.
No, because I was like, I bet I'm the one person that is this excited about this. But oh my god, I love that. That was an awesome ending, and then the Spec Ops continued the story after that. And the very end scene when you're speaking to the Russian guy, Markov or Kakarov or whoever, did you notice that in the background those airport hangar type things? They were outside talking about going after this Russian dude.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the same airport hangars from the very first mission in Modern Warfare Remastered where you do the tactical course, and you have to, those are the exact same hangars.
That's cool.
I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. How did they do this?
I don't know. Okay, that's really cool.
Infinity Ward do this. So is that all you've been playing?
Yeah, pretty much those two things this week. I've still been working on some of my 3D design stuff and painting some stuff. So
Yeah.
that's been kind of my focus this week. Not too game heavy, but I'm gonna try and get back into playing some other stuff.
Yeah. So I've been playing for like the past, I don't know, month now. I've been trying to get through the first Kingdom Hearts, and I think I'm finally at the end. I'm at Hollow Bastion. I think that's the very end of the game, or close to it. I don't know why I'm still playing it. It's like I wanted to play 3, but I was like, I want to play 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm playing 1, and I'm almost done, and I think I'm gonna take a break. But it's like playing an old game like that. It sucks, and I don't have the nostalgia of playing it originally.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the camera sucks. That Ursula fight, I almost broke my controller. Like, it was so frustrating. And then like it's so frustrating because you go to like Halloween Town. Spoilers for Kingdom Hearts. If you go to Halloween Town, I'm like, this is super cool. It's like 15 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this really blows. And then you go to Neverland, and it's like, this is really cool. It's like 15 minutes long. I'm like, okay, what? One, I don't understand the story. 2, the controls suck, the camera suck, and then it's like,
Okay, I've played through Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and looked up a lot of stuff, and I'm not really sure if I still understand the story.
Yeah.
The story is like convoluted as all hell.
I watched a 45-minute video on YouTube. Well, I say watch, but I got about halfway through, and I'm like, I'm never gonna understand this, and so I'm just gonna stop. And so I screwed up thinking nostalgia would carry me through this game when I never played the first Final Fantasy. I mean, Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm almost done. I'll finish that up. And the other game I played Disintegration, which we'll talk about in the past, right?
We've already talked about
We've already talked about Disintegration. But I've been playing Observation, which is I don't know what to call it. It's a game in space where you're the AI on the ship. And it's about 6 hours long. It's very cinematic, I guess. I mean, you're from the point of view of like a camera, and you can switch between different cameras. You can control like an orbital camera that you can fly around the space station and stuff.
That's cool.
It's really cool. It's very there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of puzzles, a lot of like hurry and get this done. The dialogue is really cool. The voice acting is cool. The graphics are actually really good. This game came out a year or 2 ago, and it got a lot of really great reviews. I'm just now playing it. I think I'm almost done. But I mean, other than that, that's all I've really been playing. I haven't played a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll go into our first news of this week, which is the F9 trailer. So we watched that. Well, you watched that just earlier today.
I just watched it a little bit ago. I'm not a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. I saw the first 3 movies. I did see Hobbs and Shaw. That one was really funny.
Yeah.
That
had Kevin Hart in it, right? Didn't he have a cameo? Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds?
I think, yeah, I remember Ryan Reynolds was in
I've seen
it.
clips. I haven't seen the movie, but I watched some clips of it.
Yeah, no, the movie was pretty funny. I did enjoy that one.
So yeah, we watched the trailer. I've seen every like Fast and Furious movie except for the spinoff, which I guess the only one is Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah,
I think they're
that's the first
supposed to
one
be.
they did.
Yeah. And just because I wasn't really interested in those characters, I didn't like The Rock's character, but I guess he's more of a comedic character now. But the F9 trailer dropped, and oh my god, they've gone so silly with it that it's like it's incredible.
So yeah, you should definitely watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Because what is it? He ends up hooking the car onto like a part of a rope bridge and using it to swing across.
A canyon or a valley, like there's like a body of water, and he just swings across, and
Like no.
it's like
No.
I have to see this in theaters. Like it is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but it is going to be crazy.
But I do have to say, like, after watching Hobbs and Shaw, there was definitely some, like, just completely ludicrous stuff they did in the movie for fun. I mean, it's at this point, you know, they're a silly action-style comedy thing, and it works for them, and they're embracing it. They're not going to be, we got to be super serious. If we can't drift this car, the world's going to explode. Yeah. I appreciate that.
This is the 9th movie in a series that started after the prequel Star Wars movies. Like, there's 9 of these movies.
Oh, God, yeah, it has been going on a while.
Like, it is insane. But, oh, my God, it's just, like... Because, like, Fate of the Furious, I didn't really care for. I thought it was kind of stupid. There was that one scene where, like, all the cars, like, attached. All their a bunch of cars attached a bunch of ropes to Dom's car, and he like revved it up and took off. And he was like, there was like 7 cars surrounding this dude, but his car was like holding them all off. And I'm like, this is stupid. But I mean, that's the point of the movie. But so the F9 trailer. Next trailer that dropped that we watched was the Final Fantasy VII trailer. How'd you feel about that?
Okay, I did not play the original Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
VII.
I did not either.
I know enough about the lore to know what's going on with the game. I talked to some of my other friends who had played it a lot, and they knew a lot more about it than I did. And appreciated that they didn't take out some of the weirder aspects of the game that I think they had a fun time with, like the part where he's like in a dress, because that was like a long part of the trailer, and I'm like, what is happening?
That, from what I understood, that was like a very controversial thing of like, are they going to do this or are they not, and how are they going to handle it? Because times have changed now, and so it's like they need to handle this with care. It's very sensitive for a lot of people. And so a lot of people, well, I guess not a lot, but there were certain people that were thinking like, oh, they're not going to do that. Like Square Enix is going to play it safe and not do that, which is going to piss off a lot of people. But it looked like they handled it right.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks funny. I mean, it doesn't look offensive to me in my point of view.
I thought Cloud looked hot. I mean, it was just like, okay, they actually like did pretty good with this.
Okay.
Other than that,
this also is the first time they showed off what Sephiroth actually looks like in the game.
That is true.
I thought it looked pretty spot on. It looks very much like how I remember him looking from the movies as well.
When I think his name's Red, the wolf. Mm-hmm. When I first saw that, I was like, "Is that Scar? What the hell is going on?" I had no idea that thing was that animal was in the game and that it talked. And so now that trailer, which apparently spoiled a lot in the game, has me more interested than anything that has ever got me interested in.
No, I thought it was a good trailer. It was very quirky. It showed a lot of different aspects of the game. Like the trailer tried to accomplish a lot, and I guess if you've played the game, you can be like, "Oh man, it spoiled everything." But I haven't played the game. I know enough about the story to know who the characters are, but not enough to really know how the story all ties together. Yeah. So it definitely has me interested, which I think is what the game intended. Because I'm going to say the vast majority of people nowadays have not played Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. Because that was a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah. And like, the people that are nostalgia for Final Fantasy VII are going to be more upset if it's just the same beats than if they really changed a lot.
Well, I think on a marketing aspect, too, people who originally played Final Fantasy VII are probably going to buy the game hands down no matter what. Yeah. However, people who have not played Final Fantasy VII, like me or you, well, what is this game got that's gonna make us want to play it? And I think this is what this trailer hoped to accomplish. And I think it did a good job.
Yeah, that trailer, in the music that was playing, that was the whole point, was the music. It was the theme, the Final Fantasy VII theme, and it was like that was completely overshadowed by everything else. And this game looks super gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it is an incredibly good looking game.
Yeah, and God, it looks really good. There's some worries I have because this is something I'm thinking about. We in a previous extended forum we had brought up Final Fantasy VII, I believe, but that game was supposed to come out March 10th. Yeah. But now it's got delayed. Or no, it's March 3rd.
Yeah, it was only delayed a month though.
But Square Enix, their fiscal year ends on March 31st, so they delayed it out of their fiscal year. So if it isn't that a big deal?
I think it would depend on... I haven't looked at Square Enix's quarterly stuff. Okay. But I would assume if they delayed it out, either they had a good year or did not have a lot coming out the next year, and they want to put the bulk of sales of Final Fantasy into next year. Because delaying it a month, most people are going to buy a game right when it comes out. Yeah. And if they've already had a decent year... And, they might only put out Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is definitely going to be their big seller for next year. Oh, yeah. Or this year. Yeah. So, delaying it a month puts it into their next financial quarter to guarantee that that next financial year will be really solid. Okay. So, I get the move.
Okay. Because they also delayed the Avengers game, which is also Square Enix. Yes. And then they also indefinitely delayed Dying Light 2, which is also Square Enix. Yeah. I'm assuming that's just being reworked for next gen.
Yeah, I'm assuming that one's... they said indefinitely delayed. That does not mean canceled. They have gone on record saying that they're going to continue to work on it. Yeah. but I think either A, the game was a lot more buggy than they had anticipated,
Yeah.
or B, they are looking to maybe, since it could come out late enough, maybe just porting it over to the next-gen systems anyway.
Yeah, or it could be like internally they were looking at a date closer to next gen, like around September, and then Cyberpunk got delayed.
Yeah.
Like, we're
They
we're
don't want to
working on
compete
this.
with that.
Yeah,
So that's like what killed Titanfall 2,
Yeah.
is they literally released in between one of the Battlefield games and a Call of Duty game by
Yeah.
like a couple of weeks. They
Yeah.
were like right in the middle, and that like murdered that game.
yeah, and so like you got to wonder if Crystal Dynamics, the team working on the Avengers game, were like, let's just move to September. We'll be safe. We'll be okay. Cyberpunk's not going to get delayed to September, and then bam, like 3 days later,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk comes out September. I think it was 14th. You know they were crapping their pants.
Yeah.
Because it's like who's going to want to buy that game so close to next gen? Well, then again, who's going to want to buy next gen if there's so many games coming out of PS4?
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like that's going to be really interesting. We're kind of going off the news thing, but this is the point: is that like there's 106 million PS4s out there.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those people are going to like jump shit immediately and go to
It's
PS5?
going to be a slow turnover. I mean, I plan on getting a PlayStation 5 pretty close to launch. I might not get it right at launch just because of some of the previous issues with first-gen consoles.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
worries me.
I'm like, that kind of worries me too.
You think they'd figure it out by now, though?
Well, I mean, you got to think they're trying to push these things out as fast as humanly possible
Yeah.
to make money. So
I don't want to wait.
I don't want to wait either. But I bought a PlayStation 3. One of the launch versions of it, and it ended up having that hard drive issue and frying.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I waited a couple of months after the PlayStation 4, because really you're only going to be waiting, for like the super exclusive launch titles, because everything else is going to be coming out on both.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, with like the PS3, we never had any issues with, but I think we went through, no joking, 4 Xbox 360s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know
I-
they had they actually had like a whole service program for the 360, I remember, because it was so bad, they actually had it set where if you had an issue, you could send it in and they either replace it or repair it for free.
Yeah.
Because I remember that policy cost them, it was like almost $1 billion or something.
Yeah.
It was like stupid expensive.
Yeah, and then there's that towel trick where you
where you heat it up.
It'll heat it up and it like
Well, what was happening is that actually the same issue in both the PlayStation and the Xbox. The solder they used on the chip inside the like the processing chip was not heat resistant enough for like the heat that built up inside of the consoles. And so eventually that solder would start to remelt and the chip connections would come loose, causing an error. But apparently it was a lot more prevalent in the Xbox because the Xbox had a lot more heat issues. It could not get the heat out of the unit fast enough.
Yeah, that was a very crappy time, but hopefully that doesn't happen again.
The dark times.
Yeah.
Let's never talk of it again.
Yeah. So Nintendo did come out and say that there's going to be no new Switch models coming out this year. Also, there's a new Switch model coming out this year, and it's the Animal Cross Switch. It's not a bundle.
Okay, I don't know if I'd really call that a new model. They had a conference with their shareholders, and they essentially said there's going to be no new models, because I think a lot of people, seeing the new Xbox and the new PlayStation were assuming, either A, they were going to come out with a new console or a Switch Pro, I think is what most people were leaning toward. But the president of Nintendo made a direct conference to the investors at a shareholder meeting and said they do not plan on launching any new consoles this year.
Are you going to get it? Well, you already got a Switch.
My wife has a Switch. I'm
Yeah.
not going to get one.
I'm looking to get a Switch, and I think it comes out on March 20th, the same day as Doom Eternal. I think that's really funny. But so yeah, that got announced. I think it comes out before Animal Crossing, but it doesn't include the game. I think it's just the console.
It's a Animal Crossing version of the Switch that does not include the game.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a really bad marketing thing.
yeah,
Because you buy, oh yeah, I got you this one. It's Animal Crossing. You love Animal
yeah.
Crossing. Well, now you have to go buy the game. Surprise!
We got to think how many parents that don't play video games that are going to go to GameStop to get their kid the new Switch, Animal Crossing. They're going to buy it $300 and like, oh, it doesn't come with the game. I'm like, well, I have to get the game now.
Yeah. Well, okay. Looking at it from a marketing perspective, though, PlayStation has done with the Uncharted version PlayStation, the Battlefront PlayStation. Xbox has done some different versions. They did like a Call of Duty Xbox.
Yeah.
Those typically always come bundled with the game. That's just kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. That PlayStation 4 bundle over Black Friday was $200, and it had God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, the Complete Edition, and Spider-Man.
Darn.
$200.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, that's a crazy. And then the Xbox One S all digital edition,
The sad version.
yeah, the one I bought, it came with it was $150, and it came with 3 games.
Yeah, see, that's really good. Like, Nintendo's really got to step it up.
Yeah, and then I'm probably still gonna get it. I was either gonna get that or the Diablo Switch thing. It's very hard to find those, but it has like a pentagram on the back of the Switch. I'm like, this looks really cool.
Well, those are two very different versions of the Switch.
Yeah.
You have the demonic Switch and the cute, cuddly Animal Crossing one.
It's insane that Nintendo has that. You can buy a Switch with a pentagram on the back of it that is approved by Nintendo. So what else we got? So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has exceeded sales expectations, according to EA. This is from Matt Kim at IGN. Just a little article I pulled up. During EA's Q3 2020 financial call with investors, EA revealed that sales of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order significantly beat our expectations. CFO Blake Jorgensen says that EA originally predicted Jedi Fallen Order to sell between 6 to 8 million units for the fiscal year, but Star Wars already hit the high end of that in the third quarter. EA now says that it anticipates Jedi Fallen Order to sell around 10 million units in the fiscal year, a very strong result for a single-player action game. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is really good news. This is proof to EA that if you do a good single-player game, it will sell. People will buy it.
Yeah.
Key word here is good.
Yeah.
Like, I see this as EA being like, oh, great. Okay, let's just slap together some really super simple stuff and make a good, halfway decent, half-baked single-player game and throw it out to the public now. No. Has to be you have to put in the time and effort to get it back.
Yeah, and I haven't finished Fallen Order. I'm definitely going to. I had YouTube spoil. It's not the ending, but the one twist in the game.
Yeah, don't say it on here.
No, I won't say it.
We need to start getting better at not saying spoilers.
Yeah, that I definitely won't spoil just because it's pretty recent. I guess Modern Warfare was recent too, but it was also the campaign of a game that no one's going to play. They're going to play the multiplayer for.
You should play it. It's fun.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it a lot too. But yeah, so Jedi Fallen Order, it's selling well. It's good. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully they'll just use the microtransactions, which are obviously working. I think they made like $1 billion last year just in microtransactions. And just keep that into the sports games because for some reason they're okay with that. It's okay. It fits. I mean, I guess like with sports, with gambling, and it's just like it's more natural there.
I guess. I'm not sure.
Because like when you hear people complain, like when Star Wars Battlefront had microtransactions and it was kind of a pay to win, everyone was up in arms. But
I think that is the key difference. Like, Call of Duty has microtransactions in it.
Yeah.
But it's only for cosmetics.
Yeah.
There is no, here's a minigun that you can get for $20 and you can wreck everybody online. Like, that's the key difference. If you make it cosmetic, no one cares. If you want to make a solid gold uniform that someone buys for $100 and they're willing to pay that much for it, knock yourself out. But, if you want an invincibility shield for $100, then no, that's where we draw the line.
But then also EA has the FIFA game, and they have FIFA Team Ultimate, which has microtransactions, which you buy the little card packs, and you can get really exceptional characters that you can play with online that'll help you win.
See, I wouldn't accept that, but I don't play those games.
Yeah, but it's like I don't see anyone complaining about that.
So it looks like they took that same mechanic and tried to apply it to Battlefront, which was a non-sports game, and that's where everybody exploded.
Yeah.
I guess that is weird that like sports game players, I guess, are more accepting of that.
Yeah.
Sports games players, stop being so accepting of this.
NBA 2K20 has actual casino.
Oh, I did hear about that.
And like that got some flack, but it's still there.
This is true. That's bad.
It's still there. No one. But then again, Rockstar put a casino in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online.
Yeah.
And no one's complaining about that either. So that's interesting. And then there's so much more we can get into. I guess some of this stuff we should save for like an actual episode.
Yeah.
Like we can do a think piece on some of this because some of it's very interesting. It can have really
we
interesting.
definitely need to do an episode on microtransactions, I think.
Yeah. Have we not yet? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's definitely one that we can do. Okay, next on the list, PlayStation Plus games for February come with BioShock Collection, Sims 4, and Firewall 0 Hour. I, like an idiot, did not get the dates for these games and how long they'll actually last, because I think for Firewall 0 Hour is one of those, like, it's that free VR game that's available for more than a month.
I think they do it like for like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Anyone who has an aim controller, you owe it to yourself to play this game.
Yeah.
It is how it is meant to be played. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Without the aim controller,
it's no fun. I can attest
download
to
it
that.
and go buy an aim controller.
Yeah. And like, why would the move controllers not work? But I mean, I guess that makes sense. But then again, there's games where you can hold, the guns with the move control. It's silly, but that game was really fun. I played it a few times here with the actual aim controller. It's awesome. It's difficult, but I think that's the point.
Yes.
It's a virtual reality Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes.
Which is super cool.
So in other news, Mortal Kombat is coming out with a new animated movie. It's going to be Mortal Kombat Legends, and looks like it's going to be focusing around Scorpion, and pretty much like his early life before he starts some of the tournament, and then getting into the tournament as well. I think this is pretty cool. Mortal Kombat.
It looked cool.
Mortal Kombat has a really good story to tell as far as a fighting game goes. Like Mortal Kombat has put out some other shorts and stuff before. They actually did a YouTube series a while back of like live action stuff, and that one was really good. And then there was the old movies that are pretty campy and not as great, but
yeah, I can't remember, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, was that one?
That was the second one.
Okay, I think was the second one where they go to that island,
yeah,
and it like goes to another world.
Yeah,
okay.
that was the second one.
With the first one, what was the first one?
The first one, I mean, the first one was the one with the first one was essentially a tournament, and the second one was the one where they went to like another world.
Okay. Okay, so I've seen both. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah,
but I was a little kid.
I'm like, don't get me wrong, like they're a bit campy, they're a bit kooky.
Yeah.
I like them, like they're a fun movie. I definitely like the first movie a lot better than the second movie. But they're a fun time. But this new movie looks really interesting. It's got really good animation style to it. Reminds me a lot of like some of the darker like DC animation style stuff. Real thick lines, real like squared up looking characters and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna watch this one, and I guess we'll talk about it some more after we watch it.
Yeah, that'll be. Should we do a movie review?
I mean, we might. Why not? It's video game stuff.
Yeah, a video game movie review. Yeah. I think that counts. I mean,
we can get away with it.
Yeah, it's our channel. Yeah, you can go on. Since these are you're more focused on these.
Yeah. Another thing, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is doing another update. So there's still
another update.
I know they're still actually continuing to update this game.
That's crazy.
So they're gonna add in a new Scarif map and redo some of the aspects of capital supremacy and add in some of the older maps to capital supremacy. Which is really cool. I mean, like, I got back on, I played Battlefront 2 about a month ago after they'd done some of the updates and stuff, and it was really good. You can put your drink up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking for totally looking for my drink.
Yep.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Battlefront 2. and then I just kind of hopped on and off. But do you know when this is updating?
I don't know when. It's supposed to be sometime pretty soon. I think it's like within the next couple of weeks they're going to be rolling this out.
Okay, well I might hop on then because it's like the game's not
No,
bad.
it's the game was good at launch. It just had this pay-to-win mechanic system in it. Like the mechanics of the game were kind of messed up, but the game was definitely playable. Like just the way you leveled up was really screwed up.
Yeah. I don't like the cards.
No, I don't like the cards either.
I understand why they can't just take that out.
Yeah.
Although I guess they could just take it out, and it's just like
it would pretty much require like retooling all the game's inner mechanics though to do that.
Yeah.
So I get, but now it makes more sense. Like you start with stuff, you level stuff up. It feels right.
Yeah.
And last little bit of news we got this week, I saw an article the other day. This kind of blows my mind and shows how crazy Japan is. I'm a big Gundam fan. Apparently, they are now going to be building a full-size replica of the original RX-78-2 Gundam that can walk. I'm like, what? This is ridiculous. So, when World War III happens, Japan will literally be sending out a Gundam.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be combat ready. It's probably just going to slowly walk around.
That's what they want us to think.
But still having like a 60-foot tall mech that can walk is a little crazy. I mean, I feel like we're kind of living in the future now.
Yeah. Wasn't there a thing a few years ago where they were going to have like an American-made mech and I think it was
Japanese? They did that tournament.
Oh, they did?
Did you not watch it?
No, who won?
The American one did. It was kind of unfair though. The American one had built 2 mechs.
Yeah.
And the Japanese one and the American's first mech were about the same weight class.
Yeah.
And the Japanese one literally went into a punching stance, flew straight over, and knocked the American mech completely backwards. And we lost the first round. And then the second round, we had a mech that was like twice the size of theirs. It was like not fair at all. And they ended up fighting each other, and they grabbed like part of the set and almost like the announcer people had to move because they grabbed part of that set and then threw it at like the Japanese mech and then grabbed them and used like a chainsaw to start tearing apart the other Japanese mech until they called like game over.
That sounds like an American way to win a fight, is to just go in bigger than the other guy with a chainsaw and destroying things.
I'll have to show it to you. Anyone else, definitely look it up. It was really cool. They're going to be doing another one in the next couple of years, and I think they're going to start bringing in some other countries who've made some like mechs too. And these are not like made by countries. These are just made by companies inside of a country. Yeah. So it's all private people. They're just like, hey, we've got a robot, you've got a robot, let's fight.
Yeah, we got lots of money. Let's just build robots and fight. Which, I mean,
we're in the future. I love the future.
Yeah. No, and then we saw that chair that looked like the Wall-E chair.
Oh, yeah. I showed him a video earlier today. Segway is putting out a new product this year. I think it showed off at CES, and it's a chair. And it literally looks like the Wall-E chair.
Yeah.
Like, all the people in the future ride around in. And apparently that's a thing now.
Yeah.
So we all know where the future's heading. We're going to destroy the planet and go into space cruises on Wall-E chairs.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to end this episode. Once again, we're the Game Forum. This is kind of our first run with doing this like on camera. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do and what works.
Tell us what you think, and tell us if you have any ideas of something you want us to see or do.
Yeah. I mean, if you made it this far, type in pickle, just out of curiosity. If you somehow made it this far, comment pickle, and I should have said comment. Don't just type in pickle. I don't want to be responsible for what comes up. But if you made it this far, comment pickle, just out of curiosity.
And see, you do realize that like 10 years from now, we're like, if we still do this, we're gonna have like people commenting pickle on this video every day.
I think I'm okay with that. I think it'd be funny because then new people that come in are like, what the hell is this guy doing? What is this? I want to be it's an inside joke. We just created an inside joke.
Hooray, everyone!
Yeah,
All our 7 subscribers at the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them was my mom. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know. But
She unsubscribed.
was she the one? I need to get in touch with her. No, so yeah, we're just figuring this out. We're just wanting to make videos, talk about video games, things that we like,
And share it with you guys.
Yeah, share it and see what happens. Once again, I'm Zach,
And I'm Lindsay.
and we're the Game Forum.